This week has been great. My wife, MRSSSTIX, and I are planning a trip to Australia to visit WIGGY and my family. I got to relax at the pool, and I spent the entire week doing nothing but playing video games. And recording, so of course, too, like, this is a job after all, and I can't, like, neglect my job or anything like that. I take this very, very seriously. Okay, jokes aside, I am excited about the next 2 weeks because we got some pretty interesting titles releasing and some news regarding future releases as well. So with that in mind, tell whoever you're with right now that you'll need like 10 minutes or so as you're about to watch this week's Weekly Byte of MMORPG news. Before we do though, if you're interested in mobile games, go check out our MMOByte mobile channel and see if there's anything there that interests you. Okay, let's kick this off with a big one. As you should all be aware by now, ArcheAge Unchained is launching officially for everyone on September 30th. Or at least that's what everyone thought was going to happen. Gamigo have both upset and surprised a lot of players during their live stream this afternoon, or yesterday afternoon rather. See, players have been anticipating the release of ArcheAge Unchained ever since it was announced last month, and then the large graphical overhaul that would accompany the launch of the update on both versions of the game. This was expected on September 30th, as was confirmed by Gamigo themselves. However, during the stream, players asked a plethora of questions that Gamigo actually went silent in an attempt to answer. Why? Because they didn't actually have them. The team behind Unchained didn't have answers to various questions players were seeking. Now there are two scenarios here. Scenario 1 consists of Gamigo being aware that they couldn't answer player concerns and have then since delayed the game to make sure that it would be in a state that would still be profitable even at the expense of player discontent. Scenario 2 consists of Gamigo having absolutely no idea what they're doing and just the shit hitting the fan. Honestly though, I hope that it's the former as opposed to the latter because this is going to affect a lot of potential players. I'm aware that a lot of you took time off work for this and are now screwed. I also know that this could very well be the first of many future issues that could arrive due to Gamigo not being the, what's the word I'm looking for here? Yeah, here we go. The most competent publisher. Now, there are 3 packages available when the game does finally launch, ranging from $25 to $80. I'm currently holding a giveaway for people looking to play the game at launch, but without the funds to successfully buy it. The link to that will be in the description and the pinned comment. So if you want a chance at a free copy, you should take advantage of that while it's available. Gamigo have since released a brand new trailer also to accompany their launch of Unchained, titled Shadows Revealed. I actually did a video on that yesterday. It had my initial reaction and impressions of the update, which suffice it to say, I was pretty impressed by how it looked. Now, if you have yet to watch the Shadows Revealed update trailer, then I urge you to do so, or, better yet, just go ahead and watch yesterday's video, that works too. The trailer showcased a graphical overhaul amongst other things, so I definitely recommend watching it if you haven't already. So this one's a weird little one. Honestly, I had not even heard of this until MRSSSTIX approached me the other day telling me a new MMORPG called Profane existed and then I should go ahead and check it out. I looked at her and was like, wait, what? Because I had never seen mention of this game anywhere. I'm still not sure the reasoning behind that, but I mean, what can you do? Regardless, Profane is a self-titled true MMORPG offering players a large, colorful, dynamic open world where enemies adapt to the world, which is supposedly ever-changing. According to the website, the world and all of its inhabitants react to your presence and actions made in-game. You can also go out and murder other players, become a pirate, merchant, or even a lawful defender of justice. Which actually kinda reminds me a little bit of ArcheAge. Now, you'll be able to supposedly follow whatever goals you set without being limited by loading screens or barriers or missions. Profane boasts a complete sandbox world to just, do whatever you want to, however you want to. Whether that's a good thing or not remains to be seen though, as I always enjoy having a purpose behind the actions I take other than, oh, hey, look at that, that looks cool, I wonder what that is. Now, I did a video on Eternal Magic a couple months ago where I voiced my initial concerns for the game, that it kinda looked a little bit generic and that I didn't really think it'd do all too well. I've seen more of it in action now, and although I still have very valid concerns, I'm going to be going ahead and covering my thoughts sometime after it launches on September 26th. Since 101XP, the people behind the game are rolling it out to the public with 2 servers, one North American and one European on Thursday. The game has a large focus on PvP along with various social aspects such as weddings and player housing and pets. Honestly, I'm not really too sure what to think of the game currently, but you all will sometime after I release my video on it at least. Here is yet another new title, built using Spatial OS. I know, that is a turnoff for some of you. I get it, no problem. I'm well aware that Spatial OS has a lot of problems right now, but developers are nevertheless trying to build games using Spatial OS that don't completely suck. Antares Open World, or at least Antares is how I'm going to assume it's pronounced here, is one such game. Antares is a completely open world hybrid MMORPG, and according to the developers, the game isn't going to be casual friendly at all. Their goal? To become one of the most complex MMOs of tomorrow. That, ladies and gentlemen, is one hell of a goal to set, and one that will no doubt be impossible to fully live up to. Now, the game is still a very long ways off, though, as they've recently begun hiring new talent to continue development of the game. A release date is not even up for discussion currently, with a Kickstarter still a few years off. Regardless, it will be interesting seeing where this game goes, especially with the Spatial OS engine's growth over the next few years. Blade & Soul's Storm of Arrows update went live earlier this week, meaning that the brand new Zen Archer class went live along with it. And while the Zen Archer is the main focus of the update and probably the most anticipated addition to the game in recent memory, the new Cathedra Cliffs Heroic Dungeon and the Throne of Oblivion raid were both introduced this patch as well. Granted, I will probably never be able to enter those, as the grind to increase my gear and Hongmoon level are atrocious, only being able to tolerate that grind for like a few days every other month. I will, however, have a video up in the next few weeks showing what the Zen Archer is like, so if you're interested in trying that out, but you don't really want to go ahead and download and play the game, then you'll probably want to just wait and keep an eye out for that. Or you can go ahead and jump right into the game and try it out for yourself. It is free after all. Astellia launched its Head Start last night for those of you that had gone ahead and purchased the Legendary Pack. More and more players will be arriving in-game as the week goes on, with Platinum Pack players being allowed access on the 23rd and Gold Pack players on the 26th respectively. Everyone else will be allowed in on the 27th, one day after my Astellia Online giveaway ends. I'm giving away a few copies of the game that will get you in-game on the 27th once the actual game launches for those of you that can't afford it. Like with ArcheAge, all you gotta do is visit my website and follow the instructions to participate. A lot of people are excited for the game, and it's so close to being fully playable. I might try and get a dedicated video for the game up sometime after the launch, but I already have more lined up than I almost know what to do with right now. So, I recall mentioning that the Apocalypse Battle Royale would become a very prominent part of the Ashes of Creation game, and I recall people getting in a bit of a tizzy over those thoughts. But here we are, literally over half a year later, with Intrepid Studios' announcement that Ashes of Creation Apocalypse is entering early access on September 24th. The Battle Royale will be completely free to play and will support various regions without region locking. Now, I'm not saying that the MMORPG isn't still in development or that the MMORPG will never release in a playable state, but from this information, is it not clear where their priorities lie? Yes, Twin Saga is probably the only anime MMO of its kind to still receive updates. Granted, they're far and few between, with Twin Saga receiving patches like, what, a couple times per year? Regardless, it is impressive that a game with the population that Twin Saga has is still being actively worked on. So, what do we have to look forward to? A brand new Senshi quest available for players level 40 and above, and that is pretty much it. So, yeah, there you go. It has been a very long time since I'd heard mention of Cube World, but here we are, including Cube World in a news video. According to the team behind the game, Cube World is going to be officially launching its closed beta on Steam on September 23rd. Yes, it is really that close. To play the closed beta, however, you will be required to have alpha access, which I do not have, so yeah. Unfortunately, I won't be able to access the game, but that shouldn't stop some of you from doing so. X-Legend, the developers behind Dragomon Hunter, Aura Kingdom, Eden Eternal, Grand Fantasia, and Twin Saga, announced a little while ago that they were developing a brand new anime MMO, Aura Kingdom 2. Now, I will preface this by stating that all of the aforementioned MMOs have been on PC, but Aura Kingdom 2 is going to be for mobile devices, like pretty much every Eastern developer these days, but the game looks so so damn good that I wish they'd opted to include this on PC. The mobile sequel will be exactly that, a direct sequel to the game done by the original team from Aura Kingdom, while offering a brand new story and next generation graphics. Seriously though, look at this game. Like, why couldn't we have this on PC? It would do so incredibly well and make so much more sense and probably absolutely dominate the anime MMO market for a while to come, just like Aura Kingdom did and every other X-Legend MMO had done before it. I haven't really discussed the official Soul Worker Online game in a while, but I figured this would be a good opportunity to include the mention that Soul Worker is finally getting the brand new Chii, the brand new Chii character. She is an adorable little katana-wielding badass that I am sure a lot of you guys are going to enjoy playing as. She came out a few days ago, so if you've yet to try her out, then I'd recommend jumping in and taking her for a ride. And that covers the majority of MMO-related news that I was made aware of over the last week. If you know anything I missed, feel free to hit me up on Twitter or Instagram with a link to the article so I can talk about it. Anyway guys, that is it for me. Thanks for watching, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you all next time. Peace!